In today's episode of How to Not Get High with Cannabis, we're exploring CBD to THC ratios. In video 1, we talked about hemp CBD products, and in video 3, we taught you how to find your minimum effective dose of THC. But if we're really trying to use cannabis as medicine, then we want to be using both CBD and THC together. In our video about hemp CBD products, we mentioned that ideally you want to be looking for those full spectrum or whole plant extracts that have at least trace amounts of THC, as they've been shown to be more effective than CBD isolates. And this is because of a concept in cannabis called the entourage effect. The entourage effect theorizes that all of the compounds in cannabis, cannabinoids, terpenes, flavonoids, and more, all work best when used together, enhancing one another's effects to maximize therapeutic benefits. And when it comes to using cannabis as medicine, choosing a CBD to THC ratio will have a big impact on the level of intoxication or high that you'll experience. If you recall from our hemp CBD video, THC is a cannabinoid that binds to endocannabinoid system receptors, primarily found in our brain and our central nervous system, which is why it can create intoxicating experiences. While CBD is a cannabinoid that slows the breakdown of our body's own naturally produced endocannabinoids so that we can use more of them. But when THC is consumed with CBD, CBD is actually able to bind to our receptors as well, and it changes their shape, weakening THC's ability to bind to those receptors and ultimately impacting how high we feel. When used together, CBD can reduce the negative side effects of THC, such as paranoia, anxiety, elevated heart rate, memory loss, and sluggishness, while THC can enhance the therapeutic benefit of CBD. This is really important information for patients who need the therapeutic properties that THC has to offer but don't want to feel high. And if you are someone who enjoys using THC recreationally, keep this in mind if you ever do get uncomfortably high. CBD can help reduce those effects for you. So what's this look like in practice? Well, if you walk into a dispensary, you'll probably see products labeled as sativa, indica, and hybrid, but this doesn't tell you anything about the CBD to THC ratio. You'll likely need to ask your bud tender about which products offer the CBD to THC ratio that you're interested in. This is known as a cannabinoid profile, and all cannabis products fall into 3 general categories: CBD dominant, balanced, and THC dominant. Generally speaking, if you're not looking to get high, then you should be looking for a CBD dominant or balanced cannabis product. Although it's important to note that cannabis affects everyone differently, and depending on your condition and dosing, a THC dominant product may be an effective medicine for you without producing a high. If you want more information on that, look at video 3 on how to find your minimum effective dose of THC. You can typically find CBD to THC ratios such as 1:1, 2:1, 1:2, or even 10:1 or 20:1. When shopping, be aware that CBD dominant products are still relatively new. Most cannabis strains have been bred to be THC dominant, but as new research is emerging on the benefits of more balanced and CBD dominant strains, this is changing. So be sure to ask your bud tender to direct you to the CBD dominant products offered in your dispensary. Now, if you have no experience with THC and are particularly concerned about getting high, then starting with the highest ratio of CBD to THC available is definitely the way to go. Many medical patients have reported that using a 20:1 ratio of CBD to THC has been helpful for their symptoms without leaving them feeling high at all. But even with this ratio, you're still going to want to start low and go slow, paying attention to how many milligrams of THC is in the dose that you're consuming. For more tips on how to get started dosing with THC, check out video 3 from this series on how to find your minimum effective dose. If this ratio doesn't work for you, you can start increasing your ratio of THC. Again, starting low and going slow. This may feel tedious and perhaps even expensive as you explore new products, but just keep in mind that as long as you're careful with your math, you can always combine products to find your own perfect CBD to THC ratio. On the flip side, if you are already experienced with THC and you're looking for a product that will help give you the relief that you're seeking while still remaining alert and productive during the day, then you may want to start with a little bit higher THC ratio, perhaps 2:1 or even 1:1 parts CBD to THC. Know that your perfect ratio may change based on the symptoms that you're dealing with. For example, I found that a 1:1 ratio of CBD to THC does wonders for my migraines while still allowing me to work. But if I'm struggling with back pain, a 2:1 ratio of CBD to THC allows me to keep a clear head. Either way, always be sure to track your dose and the effects that you feel. This is really important for either recreating or avoiding experiences in the future. For more information on the science behind using THC and CBD together, visit hemsley.com/learn. If you have any questions, please always feel free to reach out to us at hello@hemsley.com. And if you're looking for more tips on how to not get high with cannabis, Be sure to check out more from this video collaboration that we're doing with Feel State dispensaries. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.